Oop, I forgot music. Oopsie. So seated for you might be kneeling, or it could be cross-legged, preferably cross-legged because we're going to go into some other seated stretches. And then if it feels comfortable, you can gently close your eyes and just become a little bit aware of your breath. Just taking a moment to dial in, see how your body's feeling, trying to relax anything that might feel tense. And so you might begin to make your breath a little bit more audible, adding some constriction to the back of the throat. So the inhale, you sip in through the nose and fill up. And pause at the top. And then exhale out through the nose. Trying to match the length of your inhale with the length of your exhale. And try to remember this rhythm of breathing that you're setting right now so that you can remember that when we do difficult poses, you can learn to breathe through those difficult poses. Allow the shoulders to start melting down your back. Maybe your chin tucked slightly. And just a few more rounds in a steady breath. If you have your eyes closed, you can gently open your eyes. And bring your hands to your knees, and we're going to do some seated cat and cow. So on cow, you'll scooch the chest forward, chin lift. There's a curve in your spine. And exhale, press back through your chest, chin to chest, exhale for cat. And come back through your neutral spine. Inhale, press the chest forward, lift the chin, cow. Exhale, round the spine, press the spine. Back of the room, chin tucks, cat. Neutral spine. Inhale, cow. And exhale, press back, cat. Just take over at your own pace for a few rounds, as fast or as slow as you want. And you can make those movements as big or as small as you want. Try to focus linking the movements with your breath. And take 2 more rounds of that full cat and cow. And back to just a neutral position. Place your hands behind you so your fingers point away from you. Roll your shoulders down your back, lift your chin, lift your chest, look up towards the sky or ceiling. Keep pressing your shoulder blades together. You might even press so firmly into your hands that your seat begins to lift and your knees go down towards the mat a little more. And then exhale, come back down to just a regular seat. I'm going to do a few neck stretches. So just begin to roll your neck down from shoulder to shoulder. Just the half circles to begin. So you might just be moving your neck, or you might even start to circle your upper body with those neck circles. And then you can start making full rotations with the head if it feels comfortable in the neck. Just be sure to switch directions. And then back to just a steady seat. Take the left hand over to the right knee. Place the right hand behind you and gently twist open towards the right side. Sitting up tall to the spine and allowing your torso and chest to initiate the twist. And breathing. Chin can be right over the chest. And then release, come back to center and switch sides. The right hand on left knee, left hand behind you, twist open to the left. So as you inhale, you lengthen up, you sit up tall through the spine. Your exhale, you turn towards the left just a little, just warming up. And then back to center. Interlace your fingertips and the palms out in front of you. Inhale, arms reach up, palms towards the ceiling. Exhale, round the spine, hands come down to the floor. Inhale, arms come back up. Lengthen. And exhale down towards the floor. Rounding the spine. Two more just like that. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, round the spine, hands towards the floor. And one more. Good. Inhale. And exhale, round the spine. And then inhale back to center position. Take your right hand over to the right. Inhale, left arm comes up and over for a side stretch. So I like to have a little bit of a bend in my right elbow. Sometimes my forearm even goes down to the mat. But that right hand's pressing the ground away and helping you open up that left side body. Try to get the left shoulder behind the left ear. And keep breathing. And inhale, come back up to center, switch sides. Left hand over to the left, right arm comes up and over for that side stretch. And inhale up to center. Uncross your legs, shake them out if it feels good. And find your way at the back of the mat in a child's pose. Your knees widen out to about the width of your mat. Your toes are untucked. You sit your hips towards your heels. Forehead on the mat. Extend your arms forward. So I always like to give just a quick reminder of what child's pose feels like, and just reminding you that at any time during any class, you can always take child's pose if you need a little bit of rest. This is a warm power class, so if you are even at home or you're here, whenever, we try to do a lot of vinyasas to warm up the body, so just know that you can always come back to child's pose if you need a little bit of rest. The vinyasas are all an option. Every pose is an option, so just do as much as you can and whatever feels best for your body. So keep reaching the fingertips away in this child's pose. Maybe your fingertips crawl away from you another inch. Keep sinking your hips back towards your heels. And breathing. And walk your fingertips over to the left side. Try to keep your hips square. And back to center, and then walk your fingertips over towards the right. Walk your fingertips back to center. Come up to all fours. So your hands are underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips. Your toes can be tucked or untucked. We're in a neutral spine, gazing down between the fingertips. We're going to move through some more cat and cow. So we already did that, so your spine might be a little warmed up, so feel free to make the movements a little larger. Inhale, scoot the chest forward, chin lift, cow. Exhale, press your hands around your spine, cat. Back to neutral. Inhale through cow. Exhale, press back, cat. And then just take over at your own pace. And 2 more full rounds of cat and cow. When you're in that cow, really press the ground away, engage your shoulders. And on your inhale, protract your shoulders. And then back to a steady tabletop. We're going to move into bird dog. So I like to put my right hand a little bit more towards the center and lift the left arm up. It just helps me stabilize. And when you're ready, you'll lift the right foot up behind you. So kick that foot back like you're pressing it on the wall behind you and reach that left arm forward. So there's a straight line from your middle fingertip all the way to your toes. Keep lifting that back leg, reaching that front foot hand forward. And then we're going to exhale, bring that elbow to knee underneath your chest, hold it and squeeze. And then inhale, open back up. And exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. 2 more. Exhale, elbow to knee. Open. 1 more, elbow to knee and hold it. Keep lifting that elbow, that knee up towards your chest. And then open back up. Keep reaching forward through the fingertips, pressing back through the foot. And then lower the left hand, lower the right knee. We're going to switch sides. So I like to bring that left hand a little bit towards center. Send the right arm out in front of you long, so your bicep is by your ear. And when you're ready, you'll add that left leg. So active energy in the fingertips, energy in the toes. It's like you're being pulled in 2 directions. You keep reaching forward with the hand and pressing back through the foot and breathing. Big inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee underneath you. Inhale, open up. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, open. Exhale. Open. 2 more. Exhale, elbow to knee. Really make a connection. Inhale, open up, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee, hold it, hug it up. Fire up your core. Open back up, reach. Send those right fingertips forward, left foot behind you. And then release hand and knee back to the mat. And find your way to a down dog. You might walk your hands out a little bit in front of you. Tuck your toes, send your hips back. Downward facing dog. Upside down V. Also another resting pose. So if we go through a vinyasa and not ready for child's pose, you can just go ahead and take down dog. So just keep breathing in your down dog. Maybe you bicycle out your heels. Fingers are spread wide at the top of your mat. Your fingertips are clawing down to help alleviate any pressure that might be in the wrist. Take your gaze up towards your hands without lifting your palms. See if you can walk your feet to meet your hands, as many steps as you need. Hang out in forward fold. So try to get your flat hands on the ground. So you might have to bend your knees to do this. Forward fold. Let your head hang heavy, like gravity pull your body down. If your flat hands are on the mat, use that to press away. Maybe you fold a little deeper. I'm going to move through some sun salutations. So inhale, flat back, hands on chin, lengthen forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slowly roll up through the spine. No rush. Shoulders over your hips. Roll your shoulders down your back. Inhale, arms reach up. Lengthen up. Exhale, forward fold. Hinge at the hips. Hands on the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step back to plank. Shoulders over your wrists. Your heels are pressing towards the back of your mat. Your body's in a straight line. Keep pressing the ground away. Keep breathing. Bend your elbows, lower down chaturanga, slow and controlled. Body forward, lift your shoulders up, cobra. So try to lift with your shoulders in this cobra pose. If you need to check on that, you can gently lift your hands away. And breathe. Hands back to the mat, press back up through plank pose, and then back to downward facing dog. You might bicycle out your heels again. Gaze towards the top of the mat, walk your feet to meet your hands. See if you cannot lift your palms. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up through the spine. One vertebrae at a time. Shoulders over hips. Inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down. Step or hop your feet back. Plank pose. Really press the ground away. Claw your fingers down into the mat. Reach your heels towards the back of the mat. Core is on. Elbows back, lower down, chaturanga. Cobra. Exhale, chin to chest, roll back, downward facing dog. One more round of that sun salutation. Take your gaze up towards your hands. Walk or hop your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Biggest inhale yet. Roll up to the spine. Arms reach overhead. Press your hips forward. Reach your fingertips behind you. Maybe a little bend back. Inhale up through center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, down. Hop or walk back to plank. Hold this plank. Elbows back, lower down, chaturanga, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, cobra. Really peel your shoulders behind you. Exhale, down dog. Nice. Take a few rounds of breath in this down dog. So your down dog doesn't have to be steady. I like to bicycle out my feet a lot during class. If you need a little challenge, you can come up onto your toes. So your toes are on the mat and your hips are lifting up. Let's talk about down dog for a second. So let's look at our hands. Our hands are at the top of the mat. Our elbow pits are spinning forward. Our hands are clawing down into the mat. Let's look at our feet. Our heels are working towards lowering towards the mat. So if your heels are up, bend your knees about 6 to 8 inches towards your mat. Use your hands to press your chest back towards your thighs. Then see if you can straighten your legs a little more. Did your heels go down a little more? And let's come down to a child's pose for just a few rounds of breath. Knees widen out, hips towards heels. I wish you guys at home could feel the heat that's going on in here right now. It's about, what, 95? Then come back up to that downward facing dog. So we're going to work on side plank a little bit. So side plank has options. So we're going to bring the right hand underneath where our face would be, shift forward, come to spin onto the right blade of the foot. So my feet are stacking on one another. So the option is you can have the left foot in front of you for stability. You can have the left foot out and the right knee down for stability, or you can try to stack your feet. So try to get the right shoulder over the right wrist and then lift the left arm up. Try to stack your shoulders. So whatever option you're in, try to lift that left arm. Keep lifting the hips away. Keep pressing, keep breathing. Lift the hips towards the ceiling. Left hand down, switch sides. Left hand comes to the middle of the mat, spin onto your left blade of your foot. Any foot position with that right foot in front of you. Right foot can stack or the left knee can be down. Right arm comes up. Press the ground away, lift the hips. Keep breathing. Nice. Back to a regular plank. Hold this plank. Lower down, chaturanga, slow and controlled. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, chin to chest, down dog. Take your gaze towards the top of the mat. Step or hop your feet to the top. And shift your feet together. Forward fold. So I like to get the insides of my feet to touch one another. So we're going to work on some chair sequences. So just sit your hips back. Torso and arms lift up. Sit back, chair pose. So look down at your toes. Make sure you can see all of your toes. If your knees are going too far forward, you might need to come out of it a little bit. Try to sit low in the hips, gazing up towards the fingertips. Turn your pinkies towards one another. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step or hop back plank. Take your vinyasa, lower down chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to chest, down dog. So that's our vinyasa. Every time I say take a vinyasa, you have the option to skip it. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, right foot comes up. Three-legged dog. Step it in between the hands. Lower the back foot down. Inhale, arms reach up, warrior one. So the hips are pointing forward. Right side's working towards parallel with the mat. That back foot's about 45 degrees and that hip's turning around towards the front of your mat. So something I've been working on this week is trying to really work in a lunge and go as deep as I can. Make sure that right knee's working out towards the right pinky toe. Lift up through the torso, but sink down into that front leg. Exhale, hands down, step back, plank pose. Take a vinyasa if you choose. We all meet in downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Step that foot in between the hands. Spin the back foot down. Inhale, torso, arms rise, warrior one. So bending deep into that left knee. Right hip point is going forward. Lifting up tall through the torso and breathing. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank pose, take a vinyasa. Cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to chest, down dog. Take a big clearing breath here. So inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Take your gaze towards the top of the mat, step or hop your feet to the top, feet together, forward fold. Sit back chair pose, hips are low, arms reach up. Gaze up towards the fingers, keep sitting low. Inhale, rise up, bend back. Hips forward. Inhale up to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, sit back chair. Hands to the mat, fold. Step or hop back to plank pose. Lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, upward facing dog. Exhale, chin to chest, down dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, right foot comes up. Step it in between the hands, warrior one. Use your breath. Keep bending into that front knee. Right thigh working parallel with the mat. Hands down, step the right foot back, take a vinyasa. We all meet in downward facing dog. Left foot up, step it in between the hands and the back foot down, warrior one. Left knee going out towards the left baby toe. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, vinyasa. Chin to chest, down dog. Gaze towards the top of your hands, hop or step. The top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll up to the spine. Arms overhead, bend back, press your hips forward. Holding this back bend for 3. Reaching behind you, 2. And 1, come up to center. Exhale, hands down by your side. If you need a little water break, feel free to grab some. Whew. Yeah, sorry guys at home. I wish you could feel this heat right now. Whew. I think Katie said once she turned her heater on. She might every Tuesday. That's awesome. Allison, y'all good? Everyone good? Thumbs up? Sweet. Whew. Chair pose is brutal, man. All right, so we're gonna go through that one more time. We're gonna go from warrior one to warrior two to peaceful down. We're gonna complete that sequence one more time and then move into another chair sequence. So begin at the top of your mat, feet are together, zip your legs up, arms reach up, sit your hips back. Try to pull your shoulders behind you. Turn your pinkies in towards one another. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank or hop back. Lower down, take your vinyasa. Cobra, upward facing dog, kneading and down dog. Feet together, the back of the mat, right foot up. Step it in between the hands, warrior one. So my hips are pointing forward. We're gonna open up to warrior two. So that left hip opens, right arm out in front, left arm behind us. So see if you're leaning a little too far forward. See if you can get your torso over your hips. Keep bending into that front knee. Flip the front palm open, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Left hand slides down the left leg. Still bending into that front knee. Nice. Come back through warrior two. Right forearm to right thigh, side angle pose. Left arm comes up. Stack your shoulders. Cartwheel your hands down. Take a vinyasa. Right foot to the back of the mat. Lower down. All meeting in down dog. Same thing. Left side. Left foot comes up. Step it in between the hands. Spin that back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Open up warrior two. Right hip opens, left arm out in front, bending into the left knee. Flip the front palm, tilt back, peaceful warrior. Right hand can slide down the right leg. Keep bending into that front knee. Side angle pose. Left forearm to left thigh, right arm comes up. Stack your shoulders and breathe. Cartwheel your hands down. Take a vinyasa or skip it. We all meet in downward facing dog. Gaze up towards your hands. Step or hop your feet to the top. Forward fold. Sit your hips back, chair pose. Inhale, rise up, hook your fingertips or steeple grip. Bend back, hips forward. Inhale up. And exhale, hands down by your side. Whew. We're going to start again at chair pose. Feet together at the top of the mat. Sit your hips back, arms up. So if you feel any lower back pain, see if your pelvis is tucking out and see if you can scoop it in. That's what helps alleviate it for me at least. Keep your arms where they are. Put your attention, your weight into your left foot. Pick the right foot up. Step it to the back of the mat, high lunge. The difference in warrior one and high lunge is your right heel, your back heel's lifted. Hips are pointing forward. Lean back a little bit. Up to center. Open your arms out like you're in warrior two. Left arm out in front, right behind you. Inhale up through center, arms come up and switch sides. Right arm in front, left behind. Arms up. Take your right elbow underneath your left like you're going for eagle arms. So that right hand grab the left knee. Wrap. Place your attention to that left foot. See if you can step your right foot up and wrap around full eagle. It takes a little bit of balance. It takes a little bit of focus. You've got that knee bind. Squeeze the knee. If you're able to, slide the right foot behind the left calf. You have the arms wrapped. Send the fingertips up towards the ceiling. Open up. Keep that arm position on top of the right leg. Keep your arms where they are. Option to have full warrior three where you send your arms out in front of you. So it's getting hard. Can you breathe through it? Hands to the mat, standing split. Bend the left knee as much as you need to get your flat hands on the mat. Lift that right heel up in the air. Standing split. Holding the split for three. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Right foot meets left. Forward fold. So any foot position you want. If you want your feet together for this fold, you might spread them out a little bit. Just try to relax in this forward fold. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. Try not to compare sides. Just notice how they might be different. Then shimmy your feet together. Tip your hips back. Inhale, arms come up. Chair pose. Keep sitting low in the hips. Reaching your shoulders behind you. Sit low. Last chair, I promise. Put your attention, your weight into the right foot. Lift the left foot up. Send it behind you. High lunge. Torso rises up. Get that right side parallel. Back heels lifting. Open your arms up, right in front, left behind you. Inhale, arms up. And open up the left arm in front, right behind. Inhale, arms come up. Maybe bend back a little bit. Inhale up to center. Left elbow underneath the right. The bottom half of your body is still in that low lunge. Maybe bend back a little. Come back to center. Left foot up, wrap it around the right. Down, back to hips, full eagle. Try not to curl over too much. Try to lift your fingertips up. Try to straighten your spine. Sit low in the hips. Behind you, towards parallel with the mat. Eagle warrior, as I like to call it. Find something that's not moving that you can stare at. Option to take full warrior three. Bring those arms out in front of you or stay where you are. Keep lifting the left leg. Exhale, forward fold, standing split. Flat hands on the mat. Bend that right knee as much as you need to. Lift that left heel for three. Breathe. For two. And one. Lower the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. And then shimmy your feet out to the width of your mat, maybe even a little bit more. Feet are about 45 degrees, and then start to sit back into your hips for Malasana. So this might be where you're working, just a medium squat. Eventually, you might be able to sit your hips down towards your mat, towards the ground. If you have that, stick your elbows into your knees, press your knees out, and then press your knees into your elbows. Hands at heart center, sit up tall. Heels are down. We're trying to release some of that hip work that we just did. Sitting up tall. Hands to the mat, hips lift. Take a wide forward fold. If your flat hands are down, press the ground away. And breathe. Wide forward fold. And then just roll up through the spine, slow and controlled. If you guys have a block, you might want to have it handy towards the top of your mat. We're going to do just a couple standing poses, and then we're going to work on down to the ground. Your block is towards the top of your mat, so it's handy. We're going to work on tree pose to begin with. I'm going to face this way so you can see me at home. So you have your feet together, and just take a moment. Your feet might be apart. Take a moment to feel your feet underneath you. Maybe you roll around on the balls of your feet, your heels. Just check out your feet. Maybe lift and lower the toes. We're going to take that tree pose on the right side. So we're going to put our weight into the left foot and then slowly pick up the right knee. The tree has options. You can have the right foot on the left ankle, the calf, the inner thigh, or you can pull that right foot across into your hip. And stand up tall through the spine. Bring your hands at heart center. And most trees have branches, so you can feel free to grow branches. Find something to gaze at that's not moving, so maybe the corner of your mat or a sweat droplet on your mat. So we're going to move into dancer. So if your hands are up, you can bring them back to heart center. Uncross the right foot, send it behind you. Grab the right foot with your right hand. So you're going to kick back into that hand. Left arm comes up, and then begin to hinge forward. Bring your torso towards parallel. Left arm reaching forward. And the right leg is lifting. That hip is opening. Hinge, kick, and pull. And breathe. So from dancer, we're going to move into bound half moon. That's where your block comes in handy. So keep that foot hand connection. Take the left hand down towards the mat or to the top of your block, but keep that right hand foot connection. Bound half moon. Really opening the right hip. Opening up to half moon. Release the right foot, send the right arm up, stacking the shoulders. Maybe you lift the left hand from the mat. Hello, left hip. Close that hip like we're in that warrior three position, hands at heart center. Draw the right knee up, find that tree pose again. Yeah, that hip's burning. And then release it, shake it out. We'll just skip the other side and go straight to the mat. Just kidding, that wouldn't be very fair. So yeah, if you have that block, you want to have it pretty much under center. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. Put that attention into the right foot. Haul up the left foot for that tree pose. So you might have a different connection on this side. If you had the foot on the ankle and the other one, maybe you can bring it up to the calf in this one. And then find your best expression of tree pose. Then release the left foot behind you, dancer's pose. Grab the left foot into the left hand. Right arm comes out in front, hinge, kick, pull. Open the left hip. Kicking back into the hand, pulling into the foot. Breathing. Gently lower your right hand to the blocker mat, bound half moon. Release the left hand and foot, half moon. Maybe your right fingertips lift off the mat. Breathe. Square that left hip, toes turned down. Find that warrior three position, hands at heart center. Draw the left knee up and through, find your tree pose. And then gently release the left foot, shake it out. You can remove your block, but have it close by for when we do stuff on the ground. Take a water break if you need to. We're going to meet back in that Malasana squat. So feet are wide off the edges of your mat. Your heels are turning in, your toes are pointing out. Sitting your hips low, elbows into knees, knees into elbows. Sitting tall. And then find your way onto your bottom. Ooh, shake your legs out. With your legs extended long, we're going to take a forward fold. So I like to move some of the flesh from underneath me. Helps me sit a little better. Legs are extended out, our toes are extended back. They're pointing back towards our face. Inhale, the arms reach up. Take your time. Take as many breaths as you need to begin to fold forward over your legs. So your hands might touch your shins, your ankles, your toes. Just grab whatever you can and relax your neck. And breathe. So if you get the opportunity to take a warm class, you can really try to challenge your folds. You're warmed up, your body's loose. Don't cheat it, do some work here. Keep breathing, finding length with your inhale. Exhale, folding forward. Holding this for 5 full rounds of breath. After your 5th breath, you can begin to release your hand grip and slowly roll out of this fold the same way you went in, slow and controlled, arms reach overhead. Bring your arms out in front of you, point your toes, your fingers forward, lower down with control, slowest ever. Keep reaching forward, lowering down, lower down, lower down, slow, 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 everything on the mat. Big inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. So the same way we went down, we're gonna come up. So we're gonna extend our arms behind us towards the back of your mat. Point your toes forward, recruit your core, slowly roll up. Slow and controlled, use your core, roll up, roll up, roll up, roll up. Keep your arms where they are, send your feet out to like a wide-legged fold. We're gonna turn our torso so that we're over our right foot. We're gonna lean the left hand towards the outside of the right foot. Just reach for whatever you can and breathe. Inhale back to center. Turn your torso over to the left leg. Take that right hand, slide it, try to slide it past your left foot. That left arm's extended behind you. Nice. Inhale, come back up. Turn your torso towards center. Close your legs. Arms out in front. Slowly lower down with control. Don't hold your breath. Slow and controlled. Keep reaching everything forward. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Arms come overhead. Big inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale. Exhale. Arms come up, recruit your core, slow roll up, same thing, just one more time. Slow, 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 curl up, curl up, curl up. Extend your legs out like you're going for wide forward fold. Take your arms out at a T, shift over your right leg. And then left hand goes for outside of right foot. Breathe. Inhale back up to center. Turn your torso over your left. Right hand for outside of left foot. Maybe notice how one side feels a little different than the other. Inhale back up to center. Close your legs, arms out in front, reach forward, best lower down. Best one. Slow, slow. Keep breathing. Lower down. Arms behind you, lift your legs up, find plow pose. So feet working towards your hands. A pose of compression, looking straight up at the ceiling. Arms reaching long behind you, working your feet towards your hands. And breathe. Slowly roll your tailbone to the mat. Allow your legs to go down to the mat. We're going to work a few boat poses. So if you want, you can come up and start with your feet on the mat, knees pointing up, or if you're already working on boat, you can find your way there. So to begin boat, if you're not familiar, you can have your knees pointed up, your hands underneath your knees. Sit back a little bit so your feet become light. Roll your shoulder blades down your back. So if you already are working on boat, take any variation that you choose. This is your practice. Next step in boat might be to straighten your legs. And maybe the next step might be to release your hands. Your core has no choice but to work. Keep breathing in this boat pose. We're going to lower down with control. Reach forward, reach forward, reach forward. Hover. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, curl up. Find that boat. Two more, just like that. Lower down. Reach forward. Slow and controlled to hover. Hover. Inhale. Exhale, curl up, boat. Last one, reach forward. Lower down, hover, hover, hover. Flutter kick your feet for 10, for 9. Keep breathing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. I don't know why, Daniel, it seems easier when you teach it. than when you actually have to do it. Just a little bit more core work. So we're going to come to like a hover position. So our shoulders are lifting up, our feet are lifting up just a little bit. If you need to keep one foot down, no problem. So if you're going to keep the foot down, it'll be the left one. The right leg comes up, like it's pointing at the ceiling. Curl your shoulders up, reach behind your hamstring, touch your fingertips only. No wrists, no forearms on the leg. See if you can lift that left foot, let it hover. Fingertips touching only and breathing. Switch legs, right leg down, keep your shoulders up, fingertips behind the left. Switch legs, fingertips only. Switch legs. A little faster, switch, switch, switch. Keep breathing, switch, switch. 4 more. 1, switch. 2, switch. 3, switch. 4, switch. Let it go. Whew. Whew. Inhale. Exhale through the mouth. If you notice your heart might be beating a little faster. And bring your feet to the mat, knees point up. Take that right ankle, drape it on top of your left knee, press the right knee forward. So you're in like a figure 4. Lift the left foot, reach underneath, interlace your fingers under the left hamstring, and then start to rest back on the mat so your shoulders and head are on the mat. You're pulling that left leg in towards your body. Energy in the toes. If you need a little extra, you can press the right elbow into the right leg. You can also play with the bentness or straightness of that left leg. You keep pulling that left knee in towards your chest. You might feel something in the outer right hip. Keep pulling that knee in. And release your hands. Release that right ankle. Maybe windshield wiper your knees side to side. The knees back to center. And we're going to take the left ankle, drape it on top of the right knee. Press that left knee out towards the top of your mat. Reach up, grab underneath that right hamstring. Lay down on your shoulders and head. Pull that right knee in towards your chest and breathe. Maybe you press that left elbow into the left thigh. Release that hand grip, right foot to the mat, uncross your legs, windshield wiper your knees left and right. And just roll over to one side for a few rounds of breath. And press yourself up. See that you're in a seat with legs extended long. And take that right knee and give it a good squeeze in towards your body. Your hands are interlaced over your shin. Really pull that knee and give it a good squeeze. And then send that right foot over the left. Take the left hand on top of the right knee and twist open to the right. You can take that right hand behind you. Maybe it helps you sit up a little taller. And then take a little counter twist coming out of it. And back to center and just switch legs. The right leg's out long. Take that left knee, haul it in. Give it a good squeeze. It's really important to have your toes, extension, your toes are towards your face, flexion, your toes pointing forward because it helps activate all of the leg. Then take that left foot, drape it across the right knee, right hand on top of left knee, twist open to the left. And then counter twist, come out over to the right. Keep your feet where they are. Send your weight over into your right hand. Bend that right foot behind you. So you might sit between your feet. So we're trying to stack the knees, or you might have to sit on top of that bottom foot. So we're stacking the knees, sitting up tall. We're trying to release the hips from some of that standing work that we did. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, forward fold over your knees. Maybe you walk your fingertips a little bit away from you. Walk your hands back towards your body. You can just uncross your legs, or you can do a little spinny around so that you switch the way that your knees are stacked. Right knee stacked over the left knee. Option to sit between the feet or sit on that bottom foot. Sit up tall. Arms reach overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Relax your neck. Maybe you walk your fingertips a little bit away from you and keep folding over your stacking knees. And walk your hands out towards your body, uncross your legs. Come into a tabletop position. Lift your hips, downward facing dog. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, the right leg comes up. Bend that left heel towards your glute. Shift forward. Place the right knee towards the right wrist. Lay that right shin and ankle across for finding half pigeon. So look behind you. Check out your left leg. Make sure the whole leg and foot is parallel with the long edge of your mat. Square your hips forward. Sit up tall. And then exhale, begin to slowly forward fold over your right leg. If you can't get your forehead to the mat, you can stack your fists on top of one another and let your forehead rest on your fist. Make sure that right foot is active. It helps keep the knee protected. You have really open hips. You need a little extra. You can tuck the left toes, scooch that whole leg back, and then tuck the toes. Untuck the toes underneath. Wherever you are is perfectly good enough. You're just breathing. Walk your hands back up towards your body. Lean over to the right side. Swing that left leg around. Send the right leg out in front of it. Roll back so you're in that plow pose again. Arms extend behind you, feet towards your hands. We're going to bend the left foot behind the right knee. Roll up to that seated position. Lean to the left, send that right leg out behind you. The Budokon transition. So once again, look behind you. Check out that right leg. Make sure the whole leg and the ankle foot are all parallel. Turn towards the front of your mat. Square your hips forward. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands up towards your body. Lean over to the left side. Swing that right leg around. Lower down with control all the way down on your back. Feet to the mat, knees point up. Happy baby pose. So take your feet, point them up towards the ceiling like you're going to walk on the ceiling. And then take an option with your hands to your feet. So you can have your first two fingers grip the big toe. Your hands can grip on the inside of your feet. Your hands can grip on the outside of the feet. Wherever you are, kick into the hands, pull back into the feet with the hands, and try to draw your knees on either side of your body. And breathe. You might want to rock side to side in your happy baby. Your tailbone is flat on the mat. And release your hands and your feet. Send your legs out long, arms down by your sides. Take two more clearing breaths together. Inhale through the nose. Let it go through your mouth. One more big inhale. Let it go through the mouth. Let your feet flop out to either side. Your palms can face up. Just try to get heavy into the mat and enjoy a few moments of relaxation. Allow your breath to be natural. Begin to deepen your breath, inviting small movements into your body. The next inhale, you can reach your arms long behind you, toes forward, full body stretch. And then you can roll over to one side, using your bicep as a pillow. And just take a few moments here. And then press yourself back up to a seated position where we began our class. Might be kneeling or legs crossed. And we'll close our practice with just a few more rounds of deep belly breath. So exhale, let your air out. Inhale through the nose, belly expands. Pause at the top. And exhale. And two more just like that. Inhale. Pausing. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. If it's comfortable, you can bring your hands together at heart center. Thank you for joining me on this beautiful Tuesday evening. Hope you enjoyed the practice. Pay yourself a compliment for all the work that you've done. Hope you have a good evening and good rest of your week. Namaste.